I'm Greg Frew, Sports Chef Guru. Welcome to my show, everybody. Big day in sports today, really big day. A lot of paperwork here, several hours worth of work, and that's what we're excited here. Welcome to my show, everybody. I'm Greg Frew, professional sports handicapper, also a nutrition consultant. I've been helping people make sustained profits in sports wagering for over 2 decades. Want to welcome you to my show. We're getting healthy and wealthy together. This is a good weekend to do that. There's a lot of games going on. We have NFL playoffs, basketball, hockey. It's all here. So I want to get to it right away because there is so much to do. I actually want to start out with the earliest games, which should be in the NBA. We have today the Grizzlies are at the Clippers. Beverly is out for the Clippers, and it looks like Paul's doubtful. George. Paul George is doubtful. And we're still getting over 10 in this game, so we're going to play the Grizzlies. Grizzlies have been good to me the last couple of weeks. I've been sharing them with you guys. Also, I want to stay in the NBA then. This is a 3 o'clock game. It's the next earliest game in the NBA. The Nets are at home against Toronto. This injury now is starting to plague Toronto. They're not even really winning with Siakam out, which normally happens as the length of the time goes. Injuries are a big part of basketball because of the length of the season. Obviously, in football, it's much shorter, but you got to know how to handicap injuries, and that's why I started this show for 2 reasons. I wanted to help people with nutrition because nutrition is a big problem in this country. Disease is skyrocketing, and we're here to combat disease. 70% disease is treatable, and that's what I'm here to help you guys with. As far as sports wagering is concerned, one of the most difficult things you'll ever do to try to make money. And I just happen to have over 2 decades of experience doing that. So I'm going to help you both ways. And that's how we're going to get healthy and wealthy together. So with that being in mind, I want to take the Brooklyn today. They're a pick 'em at home, which is a good number against a Toronto team that's beaten up. I think even Gasol's out, right, Mark? Gasol's probably. So we got, and these injuries add up. The Nets are a team that doesn't get valued real high. This would probably be a dog earlier in the year. We've done well with Brooklyn. I've shared them with you guys on my show. Again, home teams. That's the theme we're staying with today. We have a lot of home teams, and I like that, especially any day I like that. So just to recap, in the NBA, Grizzlies plus the 10.5, and it's basically buy it up to 11. You want to buy to tie. And then the Nets are a pick 'em at home. You want to take the money line. It's minus 120. Eliminate the 1 point in case they just win by 1. So that we have that. Then we have some basketball I want to share. A lot of basketball today. A lot of work to figure out what games you want to focus on to make money. And with that in mind, I want to. We're going to just come back in the Sun Belt. They get a conference that's not easy to handicap, but we're going to go with Little Rock today. They're at pick 'em at home. Again, we're staying with home teams. We're getting some good value, I feel, today. It's early in the conference play. That's why that's happening. We're going to take advantage of that. They're at home against Texas, Arlington. Little Rock started undefeated in their conference play early, off to a good start. A lot of momentum. Another pick 'em at home, good value. Again, stay at home with this team. The game number on Little Rock, 658. I usually give out game numbers because of the different names of there's a lot of cities with the same first name. So that game starts at 12:20, 658 at 12:20. We want to move, at 12 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, game number 672. Another home team, Florida Atlantic. We're going to stay with the home theme today. Pick 'em, another money line at home. So game number 672, Florida Atlantic. That's a 1 o'clock West Coast start. These are all West Coast times I'm giving you guys. And then we're going to stay with, let's see here. Yes, Syracuse. We get to that. This is another 1 o'clock start. There's a lot of games, so it takes a little while to do it. 692 game number, Syracuse. Another home team in this position. The money line's $1.50, so we want to play that money line. And again, you can play both, but for $1.50 minus 3.5, that's good value. So I'm going to stay with the money line on Syracuse in this spot, and we're going to play that in the middle. So if you're going to bet to make, you want to keep the money about even. So don't put too much more on Syracuse to make than you do the other 2 games I mentioned previously. Try and find a middle spot. You can bet both the spread and the points, but make sure you get that money line in there. And I feel today that's the best bet because at minus 3.5, that's a low money line number, 150 in college. So go ahead and just play the money line. And then there's one more at 5 o'clock West Coast, game number 754. Nebraska Omaha is up to +1. So you want to buy off that 1, take the 1.5. Again, if it ends in 1, we win still because we're getting 1.5. So buy off that number, take the plus. It's worth it in the long run. At one point, you'll be amazed at how many 1-point games come in there. And now I want to go over to, I guess we're going to go over to the NFL next. And this is a great time of the year, obviously. Playoffs are going. We're excited about the playoffs, especially when the matchups fit what we like to look for in this spot. We like the Texans at home. Last year we had them against the Colts. It wasn't that good of an advantage. It was an in-conference game and in division. Forgive me. And in this situation, we like the Texans better in this spot. This is a team that they can beat. They're a year ahead of Buffalo. So they're supposed to win this game. Last year, the Colts they were a better team, frankly, than they were. And they proved it well, they did beat them. We had the Texans this year in the Monday night game, if you guys remember, on the revenge home game against the Colts. We did win that, but it was a money line winner. We needed the money line in that game. And we may need it in this game as well. The money line here looks like $1.40. Again, that's a good money line number for a 3-point spread. So we're going to eliminate the spread. We're not going to lay the 3. And we're going to take the money line in the spot, minus 140. That's a good number. If they made it 170 or something, I'd say cut it in half, bet both the money line and the spread. But in this case, you don't have to do that. You can if you still like. But again, if you do, try and get off the 3 if you're going to lay. Get off that field goal. But I'm just going to bet the money line. The juice is not that high considering the spread in this spot. So we do like the Texans in this game. We think off last year. They're the better team. It should be a year ahead. That should be reflective in this game. No real injuries. There's a receiver out for the Texans, but again, you have to win when you just have a receiver out. You have to be able to find a way to get that done, and we feel they will. We're going to go into the later game today at 5 o'clock, 5:15. The Titans are at New England, and we are going to take the points in this Titan game. They'd open up 5.5. I think you're going to get 5 now. So you want to take the 5. Obviously, at 5 does come in more now with the 2-point conversions. We are going to take Tennessee in this spot. We feel both games are about the same value, actually. The Patriots obviously struggling, limping into the playoffs. They're not playing well lately. They're winning games they had to against weak teams, but they didn't last week. And that's a game you really need to win if you're New England to secure that bye week, which they no longer have. The hot Titan team we've made money with this year, especially when Tannehill took over the helm. He's playing exceptional. Vrabel played for Belichick, so there's going to be hopefully some advantages there. We just feel the Titans are the right spot in this position. So we're going to play the Houston Texans at home on the money line, and we're going to take the Titans on the road and buy that up to 5, or even off 5 if you need to. It does come in. The Saints lost by 5 2 years ago. We needed it, believe it or not. Okay, then moving real quick about the supplements. As you guys know, who've been watching my show, this is our 34th episode. These are the supplements I take every day. Basically, all these supplements on a daily basis. In a powder form, some of them. And I just drink them out of a powder form. Turmeric's great for arthritis. This is amino acids, great for immune system. These are all immune building supplements. I highly recommend them. I drink bottled water, bone broth every day. I try to get a little of that in my diet. So remember that. Keep seeing this. Keep watching my show. Tell your friends. It's a free subscription. Why is it important to subscribe? Because I shoot the show on different times. Not every day. We're trying to get every day. We're working on that. Should be happening hopefully real soon, you guys, because I want to help you every day if I can. You know, we want to reach the world. We want to change the world one good meal, one good bed at a time. I want to close with hockey. We have a long day ahead of us for sports wagering. These are all games start ones at noon, so we want to get these out. In hockey today, we're going to take the Devils against the Avalanche, a good plus at home, as I've been sharing with my viewers since the first episodes, especially in longer seasons, but at any time, we want to stay with the home dogs in the NHL in this position. We also want to take the puck line, and we're going to go ahead. Now, the puck line's only $1.60. That's not a bad price. So I'm going to go ahead and kingpin. I'm going to bet that 2-1, bet the plus 155 on the Devils, and then you want to bet the puck line for 2-1 on that. In case they lose by a goal, you still make money. So it's $1.60. So just bet 2-1, whatever your ratio is. And then we were going to take Pittsburgh at Montreal. We're going to play that. And then you also want to make a straight bet on Pittsburgh. They're $1.05 minus. And then we want to do a parlay with the Penguins puck line, with the Flyers on the puck line as well. And the reason why, there are two big puck line prices. Flyers are $2.40 and Pittsburgh's $2.60. So that's close to even money. So that's basically you want to put your straight bet on the Flyers at plus 110 and at Pittsburgh. And then you want to put the same amount of money. So let's say you put 100 on your straight bet. You'd put 100 on the parlay. So you parlay the puck line Flyers with Pittsburgh for another 100, and then you're balancing your money bet. You can even do like 150 if you want. 100 straight bet, 150 on the parlay. Just want to keep your money management consistent. That's what I'm trying to teach you guys also, consistent money management. So I want to recap these games because there's a lot of them. We're going to take the Devils at home, straight 2-1 puck line. We're going to take Pittsburgh at Montreal, and we're going to take the Flyers at Arizona. You're going to bet both sides straight each game, and then you're going to parlay Pittsburgh puck line with the Rangers. With the Flyers on the puck line only. Then we have Arkansas, Little Rock at noon, Florida Atlantic at 1, Syracuse is at 1 o'clock also, and Nebraska, Omaha at 5. What was that, Mark?
I'm not sure. Syracuse. Is it 1?
Yeah, Syracuse at 1. So there's 4 college basketball, all home teams. All home teams. That's good. We like that. NBA, we have the Grizzlies getting 10.5, and then the Nets are a money line at home. Buy that Grizzlies up to 11. Brooklyn at home, take the money. Just lay the money line. Don't worry about the 1 point. And then in the NFL, these should be very exciting games to watch. Great games today. We're excited. We should win both games. Texans at home money line. Titans taking the 5. Okay, those are our 2 bets in the NFL. So you got everything. Each sport's covered. Let's make some money today. Tomorrow we have another big day. Playoffs tomorrow. Have more NBA, college hockey, everything else. Again, you can see we're transitioning into basketball now, getting ready for that. There's a lot of work, but there's a lot more opportunity to make money. Let's get a good start today with these games. Make sure to tell your friends to subscribe. Sports Chef Guru. Keep coming back to my show every day. I'm going to help you guys get healthy and wealthy. I thank you for all your support up to this point. Let's keep it going. Keep these subscriptions going. See you tomorrow.